Okay, so picture this. A room filled with the country's most powerful and influential people. What do you think they're talking about? Golf trips, luxury cruises, or are they actually trying to solve the nation's biggest problems? We're about to dive into a really provocative lecture by Master Chung Gong. He argues that South Korea's elite have kind of lost their way, and, well, he has a pretty radical plan to get them back on track.
So yeah, what is going on in those rooms? Master Chong-gon kicks things off with this simple but really piercing question. Are these get-togethers of top CEOs and social leaders actually helping society, or has their whole original purpose just vanished into thin air?
To really get what he's saying, we first have to look at the groups he's talking about. And we're not talking about some secret societies here. These are well-known organizations. Think about global names like the Rotary Club and the Lions Club, or even those modern CEO academies you see hosted by big universities and media companies in Korea.
He takes us back in time a bit to when these organizations first showed up in Korea. Back then, they came with this powerful, almost life-or-death mission. In a country that was rebuilding itself, these clubs weren't just for networking. They were there to tackle huge problems head-on. They had a real reason to exist.
And wow, this slide just lays out the shift he's talking about perfectly. In the past, the mission was enormous, something like eradicating polio. Today, he argues, the activity has become the whole point. The conversation went from, how do we fix this massive issue, to, so who's on the golf team this weekend? That grand purpose, he says, has been totally replaced by just hanging out.
So what's his core diagnosis of the situation? This is where his critique gets super interesting, because he introduces a key concept to describe the very people who fill these clubs. For anyone watching outside of Korea, this word is really important, jilyeong. It's a fascinating term. It doesn't just mean you're rich. Think of it more like a person's total social gravity. It's a mix of their influence, their skills, and their economic power all rolled into one. Basically, he's talking about the heavyweights of society. And here is his incredible analogy. He says these people with high jilyeong are brought into these social clubs like priceless resources being collected in a giant warehouse. The potential there is immense, right? But once they're inside, there's no plan, no blueprint for what to do with all that power. And so it happens, they just play. It's such a powerful image of wasted potential. But this isn't just about inefficient social clubs. Oh no. Master Chang Gong argues that this waste of potential has a devastating real-world cost. He connects this lack of purpose among the elite directly to a tragic national crisis. And believe me, the stakes are about to get much, much higher.
Just think about that for a second. What does a country want to be number one in? Technology, pop culture, the economy? This ranking, it's not a victory. It's a profound tragedy.
For over a decade, South Korea has had the highest suicide rate among developed nations. This is the stark, painful reality that Master Cheong-gong says the nation's most capable people, the ones with the highest jilyeong, are completely failing to address while they play.
And he uses this bitingly sarcastic line to just cut through all the noise. It's a shocking way to frame the question, right? To make you think, why has this been allowed to go on for so long? Is this some kind of record anyone would actually want? It's absolutely meant to be uncomfortable.
So for him, the connection is direct and, honestly, pretty chilling. A society where the most capable and influential people have no shared purpose isn't just inefficient. It's a society that is, in his own words, basically asking for disaster by ignoring its most vulnerable people. But Master Chen Gong doesn't just diagnose the problem. He actually prescribes a cure. He believes there's a way to unlock all that potential that's just sitting idle in the warehouse and point it toward a single, powerful goal. He proposes something brand new, the Social Parents Club. The name itself is a call to action. It suggests a total shift in mindset, from being just individual players to taking on a collective parental responsibility for the health of the entire nation. And it has one and only one mission: Korea Suicide Zero. And the structure is so simple, it's kind of brilliant. First, you've got an unmistakable goal that everyone can understand. Second, a symbolic fee. This isn't a barrier, it's just a sign of your personal commitment. And third, you embrace that new identity, to act as a social parent, someone who cares for and protects society like it was their own family.
So what's the price of entry? This is what's so interesting. It's not some exclusive six-figure fee. He suggests about 30,000 Korean won a month. See, this isn't about fundraising. It's about gathering people's will. It makes the club totally accessible to anyone with or without high jilyeong, as long as they are committed to the mission.
Now, as you can imagine, a mission this huge doesn't just stop at the Korean border.
Master Chung Gong sees solving this national crisis as the very first step in creating a new model for the entire world to see.
And here it is, the ultimate vision. He believes that if Korea, the very nation that has struggled so publicly with this tragic issue, can pioneer a solution, it won't just be a national victory. It would create a powerful new blueprint for how to contribute to society that could inspire all of humanity.
And that leaves us with this one powerful question. Master Chung Gong's proposal is a direct challenge to transform social gatherings from places of leisure into engines of profound change. It's a radical idea, right? That by focusing the collective energy of a nation on its most painful problem, you might just create a ripple effect that truly changes the world.